You're watching a video of Malaga, Spain. This is where the sign of Malaga, Spain lies, and I'm taking you on a run from Malaga, Spain's sign, which is a very familiar place, all the way down to where the center of the city is, which is right next to the cathedral. Enjoy the scenery. It's really beautiful. It looks almost identical to certain parts of, Santa Monica or any of these coastal cities that you would otherwise think it's in California. But nope, this is very much in Spain. And it was in November. I was there for a meeting with an investor, and he happened to be doing some activity in Spain that involved rock climbing. And rock climbing actually is very popular in this specific area in Malaga, Spain. So he was able to meet me towards the last day of his event, and we met in Malaga, and we were able to go on a run together. And this is a run I did solo with the video camera. And the next episode you'll see is when the morning before I flew off from Spain, I managed to do a morning run where I also captured the cathedral, and you can see the link here. But the purpose of this video today is to provide further insight into this kind of tea journey I'm on, but also giving you some sightseeing opportunity in a place I've never been to, which is Malaga, Spain. And you'll see on the map on the left or on the right, I haven't decided where I'm going to put it yet, where Malaga, Spain is in context to Europe. And you can see that it's actually pretty close to Morocco. Unfortunately, I did not have time to go to Morocco. I had to go to London from there. But it's so beautiful. And I heard that it's a major destination for pretty people from London, which is in fact where I flew. Actually, I flew in from Annecy from a meeting. But my understanding is there's a lot of Brits that have residences in Malaga, Spain, for various reasons. Most of it is the weather. And when I was here, I couldn't help but also realize that it had not just mountains, but it also had wonderful beaches. So it's a little bit like, Santa Monica Mountains and the boardwalk. So long story short, beautiful place. If you get a chance, you're a runner, make sure you run. We also had a chance to visit a really popular cycling store here that converted a big part of their business into performance biking, where they rent performance bikes to people who were traveling around the world so that they didn't have to haul their high-end bike around. And they built a community around these affluent cyclists who really value taking vacations in different countries, and then also being able to cycle in key areas when they visit. So that's a concept that we're also trying to adopt here with our tea culture, Cloudline Tea, which is how do we create a community where people can travel the world through the running stores, we're really experiential stores, and some cycling stores, triathlete stores, and connect with the local community, where the community can really enable them to have an incredible endurance type of experience, whether it's climbing mountains, running mountains, climbing up mountains with a bike, or riding really fast on a tri-bike. They want these different experiences, and we're trying to integrate that into our brand and kind of our healthy living. And obviously advocating for healthy lifestyle beyond the obvious. I think the next paradigm for entertainment, because we're so connected today and disconnected, is to permit people to try to travel around the world, drink tea, sip tea, and find wonderful places to enjoy and test their fitness, sometimes alone, sometimes with people in different countries. I think it's just a wonderful segue into modern day living, especially in a busy world where we're always on Instagram, on YouTube, where we're always consumed by digital media. It's nice to unplug with some guidance around these, kind of destination running stores or cycling stores, just kind of activity stores, and have them kind of be your tour guide for the city for a day or two or three or four, maybe even a week, and have a brand associated with that so that you can trust that brand where you say, oh, okay, this is this running group or this group. They have affiliation with this cycling store. And I know if I go to this network is going to provide me a great experience. It's probably free. A lot of this is probably going to be free. It's just more about kind of paying forward what our interests are. And because of the population that's so interested in this type of activity, I think the monetary side will figure itself out, how the businesses make money, how the brand, it'll figure it out. When there's passion, there's money is not the problem. It's when you're trying to, sell something, an idea that's not authentic, where we kind of reach our limits in convincing people, if that's even necessary. So regarding this city, Málaga, Spain, and its association with running, clearly lots of runners, clearly lots of visitor runners too. The weather, I believe this morning, I think it was November 23rd, actually this was Thanksgiving Day, I think, was when we met. 50-some degrees, 60-some degrees, sunshine, just chilling. You can see there's like a mega yacht on the left here. It's pretty crazy how beautiful and how pristine the city is. And then as you're running towards the city center, there's incredible shopping, incredible Christmas lights they're putting on, which I have a separate video on. And you can see directly above this is where that cathedral is. So there is a way for you to kind of segue, kind of run up the mountain. And I have a separate video on that, which is, I thought, incredible. So the primary reason for running around this town is, I think it's way better than seeing the city either on bike or, even obviously on foot, because you can cover so much ground. It's not a super big inner city. I would say, it's 3 miles, 4 miles out to where the boardwalk is, and then 3 miles back into town. So if you're a runner that's running, easily 6 miles on your daily run or on your long runs, you can take that fitness, come here, plug yourself in, and boy, are you going to enjoy some elevation running by running up to the cathedrals, or just some flat running, running down to the pier, etc. And then hopefully you have some more tea with us, and then you're sipping on some tea to create some energy behind you, some caffeine, some steady release caffeine. And I brought, in fact, this is not even a joke. Like, the investor I met, who's a good friend, he's also a triathlete, and we brought our own tea to this fancy restaurant he treated me to. And we just put the tea leaves in a hot water with glass in it, and we started to drink out of it. And we got our caffeine boost from there. So, there's no preservatives in this tea. It gives you constant, steady energy, and I find it a lot more stable than espresso or coffee. It just lasts a little longer. Look at this mega yacht on the left. I thought it was the Facebook yacht, from Mark Zuckerberg. Then we Googled it. The next day, it would belong to a very important person in, I believe, in North America. And maybe it's his, maybe it's not, but it was obviously registered to a company. But yeah, you get to see some cool yachts here. And also, there obviously heavy tourism in this area. Heavy? Yes, heavy. There's, different types of cruises that actually disembark here, and then people can walk into the city. And over here to the right, if you cover to the right, there's actually a park to the right that runs parallel with this boardwalk that you can actually bring your kids to. If you're here on a family vacation, your kids can play there. I didn't film that on this trip. It was just too beautiful to be in the park right now. And you can see how incredible like the scenery is. It's just, this is November, like late November. Okay, so I keep running, and this is where I'm running. I'm about, I would say, half a mile now towards the city center. And when you get to the city center, which is kind of diagonal to here to the right, you get into all the shopping centers, and it's like a maze of shopping, like beautiful shops all over the place. Wow, it was a pretty phenomenal experience for me. So you can do this, like this run is in real time. So from the sign back, I think it was like 20 some minutes, not that long. And then if you wanted to go further into the city, it's probably another 10 minutes. Like within 45 to an hour, you're covering the whole like downtown, right? The old town. There's where Picasso actually was born, which is not far from here, probably like a mile, and where Picasso Cafe is. So a lot of history in this town that is attached to arts. And certainly if you've been to Barcelona, you can see the influence of art from Spain that is like Gaudi and the museums. Like, yeah, it's probably not as intense here from my short few days there, but there's definitely that heavy influence of appreciation for art. Yeah, so it's cool. Like, I'm just gonna shut up from here and kind of just let you guys enjoy the rest of the scenery with some music. Yeah, see, there it is, right there to the right. That's where the city square is. As you traverse that diagonal, you get straight there. So if you're a runner, especially if you're in Britain or in London, or especially if you're traveling into Europe, I know the popular destinations often is Barcelona, Madrid. Dude, you gotta give this place called Malaga a chance, man. We had the chance to have some food here. I only had a couple meals because I was here on business, but wow. Yeah, the tapas here are incredible, as expected. And so, yeah, come here. If you live in a really, really cold place in Europe and you're looking for a place to kind of hide away with some warmth, and you're a big runner or endurance athlete and you want to cycle, come on over. Malaga's the place. All right. See you in the next episode. So the next episode will be on the cathedral. It'll be a morning run. There'll be part 2 in Malaga. And yeah, I just thought this was fun. Kind of never got an opportunity to come here, so I hope you guys kind of enjoy this video. Yes, and then we did have a great conversation on tea, on the investment. Primarily it was how to, our passion is really in getting the tea to athletes like ourselves, endurance athletes. And one of our investors is actually a national triathlete, so for his country. So we were discussing the technicalities of how we market the brand and so forth and so on. So it was really nice to get a different perspective from a European, an international perspective. Because sometimes when we live in the U.S., we can get clouded by what we think is normal. We're trying to build a global brand that serves Cloudline tea to people of all races and all backgrounds. But we're starting with athletes because we have just such limited production of this tea. We wanted to give it, and it is a performance tea, right? Because you actually get performance benefits from drinking this tea. So we wanted to start with athletes first. All right, great, thanks. So if you go down there, there is a market to the left. Everybody encourages you to go there. All right, I'm going to sign out from here. My mini hotel's on the right. It's a cheap hotel in Priceline. It's called Baja. You guys can go check it out. It's like $100 a night. I think it's great. It's right next to the coastline. I'm here on business. Trying to get our tea. We'll get our tea into the running market here, or that athletic market. It's kind of cool. Get people on board, drinking things that are good for them. Natural.